What's going on, guys? Lone Driver Mike again, bringing you guys another video. Guys, what's going on? Guys, seriously, fucking, what's up? Anyways, the reason why I'm making this video is because I've decided to make a Uber Eats for the customers, Uber Eats non-tippers list. I called it Uber Eats banned list, but it's actually non-tippers on Uber Eats, pretty much. So basically what I've been doing is, recently, now it's going to take a while, but the reason why I can do it is because I stay in like kind of like a small area like downtown, and I just ping pong back and forth, right? And you know, I try to stay in Sacramento, try to stay close by and stuff like that. So what I do is, now with Uber Eats, I've seen an increase in tips. They're encouraging tipping, and the customer can tip before and after the order. And I think they're also sending out a reminder once I drop it off, like, hey, don't forget to close out the bill, don't forget to rate and tip, that kind of thing. Because when I did Uber Eats like 2 years ago, even a year ago, even 6 months ago, I've never seen, I mean, I'm seeing tips like $20 pay, $20 tip, $10 tips, you know, I mean, I've seen an increase not only in the frequency of tips, but the amount of tip that I'm getting now. Like, I used to take freaking small orders, big orders, and my most of the tips would be like $2, $3, or $4. That's the max. Now they have it set up to where I'm getting, see, back in the day I used to get like maybe 20%, maybe like 20-30% of the customers would tip me, right? Now it's like I'm getting probably 80% of the customers that tip me, or higher some days. And you know, they can range from anywhere from like $2 to like, the biggest tip I got was 20 bucks. But normally it's like, you know, $2 to $6. Sometimes I'm getting like $10 tips. Sometimes I'm getting like, the other day I got like a $15 tip, a $14, $13. So I've been getting a lot of tips lately. So I don't know about you guys. Let me just park real quick. It's safer this way. So I don't know about you guys, but with Uber Eats, I've seen an increase in tips. So I went from like maybe 20 to 30% of customers tipping me to as high as 80, 90, 100% of customers tipping me on Uber Eats. And see, what they're doing now is, enough drivers complained, so now what's going on is that the customers can tip before the order or after the order. It used to be after. Now they changed it to where they can tip before the order. So you can tip before or after the order. So that's why I've seen an increase in tips, like a lot. Almost everyone's tipping me now. Almost. That's the key. Almost. That's the key word here. And I've seen big tips on bigger orders, even smaller orders. Like I took one pizza the other day from Mountain Mike's, and she tipped me $10. Why? I don't know. I was nice. I was polite. I was on time. I was dressed nice. You know, I said, have a good day. And, you know, it's up to the customer. They want a tip or not, it's up to them. But what people got to realize is we need our tips to survive, you know, and to thrive, and to pay for our gas, and to, you know, pay bills, pay rent. If some of us have a rental, some of us don't. Some of us own our car, but we still got to pay for our own gas. We got to pay for our own insurance. We got to pay for everything. They don't pay for nothing. We just get paid per order. Usually it's like $5, $3. Usually the delivery pay with most of these apps are anywhere from like $3 to $6 payout, and that's it. So without our tips, we wouldn't be making hardly anything. So that's why I tell you guys, that's why I encourage you guys to tip if you can. If not, it's whatever. But see, with Doordash and Grubhub, they show us the pay up front. I made a separate video like a few weeks ago saying that if you don't tip on the app with Doordash and Grubhub, we're probably not going to deliver your food, because it shows up that you didn't tip. Now, apps like Uber Eats, Postmates, and Caviar, we don't see the tip until after we drop it off. And now with Uber Eats, it's an hour after we drop it off, we can see if you tipped or not. So yeah, I try to tell you guys to tip, but anyways, if you don't, you don't. But like I was saying, So yeah, I've created a ban list for Uber Eats. So basically, you know, I'll deliver Uber Eats throughout the day, and I'll go back to see who tipped me, and I'll screenshot just the name. I won't screenshot the address. I won't screenshot the phone number, anything sensitive, any sensitive information. Basically, I just screenshot the name, the first name and the last initial, and that's it. That's all I do. So I'll literally go back, or my phone's blowing up. I'll literally go back and see who tipped me, and who tipped me, who didn't. I'll screenshot the names, or I'll write it down or memorize it. I say, okay, yeah, this guy didn't tip. So, and that's it. It's not personal. Like I said, I'm not going to put you on blast on social media and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to do all that. You know, this list is basically for my benefit, and that's it. My eyes only. And I'm not going to screenshot your address or where you live, or no, I'm not going to do that, because I'm just not that type of guy. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to eliminate the non-tippers out of my Uber Eats, my earnings, my deliveries. And that's it. And like I said, it's not personal. This is business. You know, if we can increase our tips somehow, from instead of getting like 80 to 90% of the customers tipping to almost 100%, maybe 95% or higher, then we're in the money. We can go out, because I want to deliver to people that tip. You know, with Doordash and Grubhub, they show us the pay up front. So if it was a decent payout, that means the customer tipped. Now, on apps like Uber Eats or Postmates or Caviar, we don't see what the tip is. We don't see what the tip, or we don't see what the tip is until the end of the delivery. So simply with Uber Eats, basically what I'm doing is delivering the food to all the customers, and I'm just going back and I'm seeing who tipped me and who didn't tip me, and that's it. And the ones who didn't tip me, I'm just putting them on a list. I'm putting their first name and their last initial, not their full last name, not their address, not their phone number, nothing else. Just their first and last initial, so that if I do get an Uber Eats and it's that customer, you know, like I said, there are other drivers that'll take your delivery. You know, don't worry, it's going to be on time still. When I get your name and it pops up and I know you didn't tip, or your name pops up on my list, oh, this guy didn't tip me last time, I'm just going to cancel your delivery. Like I said, this is not personal. This is business. Don't take it personal, because you know what? I cannot operate and deliver to customers. Even with when I do Uber Eats, or when I do Grubhub and Doordash now, like, I make sure the payout is decent, like $10 or higher, usually, typically. The lowest I'll take is like $7 or $8, but even that's kind of low. So, if I see a payout of like, if it's kind of low, I'm going to cancel it. Uber Eats, what in the world? Some Chinese person text me. What in the world? What's 225 area code? I think I'm going to change my phone number, man. I got a lot of spammers calling me and stuff. Anyways, like I was saying, you know, you guys do what you want to do. This is just what I'm doing. Maybe you guys can do it too. Basically, like I said, what I do is I take the order an hour after the delivery is when the tip's supposed to post. And if after a delivery, after I dropped it off, if I don't see the tip, your name's going on the list, and that's it. End of story. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to increase my tips throughout the day. I work all day, right? But if I can like go out for only 3 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours and make a decent amount and go home early, or, you know, I can run other errands, or say I can run my errands during the day and then go out at night, because I don't want to pick up an order, drop it off, and only make $4 and then no tip. $4 on a delivery. I don't care how close it is, around the corner, if the order was done. Like with Uber Eats, usually the order's done right away. You know, and that's cool and all, but at the same time, I don't care how quick I finish the delivery. I don't care how close you are, how far you are. I still need my tip. Like, I'm sorry. I cannot operate the way I'm going. I cannot operate unless I get a tip, right? And so, like I said, if you guys don't like the tip, then that's fine. Your order won't be canceled completely, but I'm canceling it as a driver, and they're going to send your order to another driver. So you know what? Like I said, if you do Uber Eats and you don't tip, like, you won't see me ever again. Unless you use, let's say Grubhub, and you tip on Grubhub. But you see, if you don't normally tip on a certain app, tippers are always going to be tippers. Doesn't matter what type of app you use. Non-tippers will always be non-tippers. Doesn't matter what type of app you use. If you use Doordash or Grubhub, or if you don't tip, I know who you are. I know the name, and it's going to show up, especially with Grubhub and Doordash. It's going to show up that you didn't tip. Now on Uber Eats, a little bit difficult, but now I'm starting to figure out how to do it. Basically, you go back. If they didn't tip, write down the name, and then that's it. You memorize the name. The name pops up. Oh, I remember this guy. He didn't tip me last time. Cancel. And that's it. Because I want 100% tip rate. I don't care who you guys are, what your situation is. If you do delivery and you can't afford a tip, with all due respect, you can't afford delivery. That's what the CEO of Grubhub said. They said if you can't afford a tip for your driver, you can't afford delivery. So those are words coming out of his mouth, not mine. So he respects me. I like Grubhub because they show you the pay up front. Now they do that with Doordash. Before, they were kind of hiding the tips a little bit. There was speak of them stealing tips. I don't think they stole tips, but some of them, some drivers and some customers think they stole the tips. I can't really get into that, but I don't think they did, but who knows? I don't know. But now, Doordash, they show the pay up front. Grubhub, they show the pay up front. So if there's a tip, the tip will be there. If I don't see the tip up there, I will cancel it. Uber Eats the same way. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to write down the name, and that's what I've been doing. With Uber Eats, a little bit difficult because you can't see the tip and the pay up front. Once you complete it, an hour after the delivery, that's when the tip posts. So basically what I'm simply doing is writing down the names of the customers that don't tip me, and I will just be canceling their order in the future. But your order won't be canceled. They'll be sent to another driver who will do it, who will accept it and do it. Me, I have to survive. I have to thrive. I have to pay everything. I got bills. I got costs. I got operating costs. I got a lot of shit I got to pay. So, like I said, if you don't tip, that's totally up to you. But you will not see me as your driver. I'm just letting you know right now. So if you're a delivery driver or if you're a customer, try to tip seriously, because that only helps us out and makes your delivery get delivered faster and not slower. Because if you didn't tip, your order's probably going to be tossed around here and there. Drivers are going to cancel your order until someone finally decides to accept it. Because the delivery pay is so low that without a tip, we actually can't. I mean, you can accept a $3 offer or a $4 offer, but who in their right mind would accept a delivery pay of $4 and no tip? I'm not doing that. That's for dang sure. So anyways, if you don't tip, that's totally up to you. But just a heads up, I don't know how fast you're going to get your delivery. You want to tip? Cool. If not, well, if you don't tip, well, you're risking a chance that your delivery is going to be cold or late, or either just completely canceled because no drivers will accept your order because you didn't tip, right? So like I said, man, I made this list only for myself. If you're a delivery driver, if you do Uber Eats, this might be something you want to do. Just because if you notice a lot of non-tippers and you're just getting bad luck, like I said, make a little list for yourself. Don't expose their information, or their address or their phone number. Just have a little list with their first and last initial, and that's it. And then if their name pops up again, then you just cancel the delivery. Like I said, this is not personal, this is business. We are independent contractors. We have to pay taxes. We have to pay bills. We got a lot of stuff we got to pay, man. It's not easy. But anyways, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, guys, that's it. That's all I've got to say. All right, guys. Peace out and see you.